Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm going on a little early because it's Easter. I'm not sure what people have going on. But either way, it's going to be a beautiful day. So get out there and enjoy it. This week, I'm going to talk a little bit about hydration and the weather. No, not the weather. Hydration, since the weather is getting nice, and how important hydration is, and water intake, electrolytes, those type of things. Hopefully it won't take up too much of your morning, and hopefully you find some information useful. So anyways, just a few little facts about water. So water is our body's principal chemical component. It makes up about 50 to 70% of our body weight. And our body depends on water to survive. Couple things, some facts. Our bones are about 25% water. Our adipose tissue is about 25% water. Our muscle and brain tissue are about 74% water, 75. Blood is about 83% water, and our eyes are about 95% water. I didn't even realize that one. And all of us know that drinking enough water every day is crucial. So every cell, tissue, and organ in our body needs water to work properly. So, for instance, water helps keep our temperature normal. It regulates our body temperature through sweating. As our body temperature goes up, we sweat. As sweat evaporates, we cool. Water lubricates our joints and acts as a shock absorber for our eyes and our spinal cord. It can help prevent infections, specifically, such as UTI and kidney stones. Water dissolves proteins, including enzymes and DNA. It moves them around our body. It brings nutrients to our cells and carries waste products away from them. We need water to synthesize or make proteins, and glycogen and other macromolecules. So we need it to help to synthesize or make proteins or make glycogen and other macromolecules. It keeps our organs functioning properly, and it gets rid of waste through urination, perspiration, and bowel movements. And being well hydrated also improves our sleep quality, our cognition, and our mood. So along with hydration, we do need fluid balance. And that's the relationship between fluid coming in and fluid going out. We take in fluids from the foods we eat and the beverages we choose to drink. We can absorb a little water through our skin, although it stays there and it doesn't go into the rest of the body. We also can create water within our body through metabolic reactions, although it is in very small amounts, so not enough to sustain us. Fluid loss, some of these are probably very obvious, how we lose fluids. We lose water through sweating. We can lose water through the air we breathe. We excrete it in urine and feces. When we're sick, we excrete it through vomiting. And then we also excrete it through tears and saliva. So we use water actually to make the tears and the saliva. Our body regulates thirst, so we take in more fluid when we need it. We get thirstier, of course, when it's warmer, the air is drier, or we've eaten something salty. And when we sweat, or when we're drinking alcohol or drunk alcohol. So think about the salty. You get thirstier when you're salty. Why do you think places have salty foods out at the table for you to eat for free? You will then buy more to drink. So that being said, we are less thirsty when it's cooler, it's humid, or we have not sweated as much. So fluid in versus fluid out is only part of the picture of fluid balance. The other part is what is dissolved in that fluid, such as electrolytes. Substances dissolved in a solvent are known as solutes. Keep that in mind. So imbalances can happen in a couple of ways. Fluid imbalances I'm talking about. Dehydration, I'm sure at some point in our lives we've all experienced a little bit of this. So dehydration is not having enough water and too much solute. So we are losing more water than we are taking in. Hyponatremia means there is too much water relative to solute, in some cases sodium. I practiced saying that word 100 times and I still didn't get it right. So that's why I'm chuckling. There can also be problems with fluid regulation for medical reasons. So if medical problems result in water retention, that's known as edema. Dehydration can be mild or severe. Some signs or symptoms of dehydration is headache, fatigue, low blood pressure, dizziness and or fainting, and rapid heart rate. So if these symptoms sound similar to how you feel when you after you drank and you have a hangover, you're correct. So alcohol can suppress our hormones and control thirst and body water regulation. So the reason we tell you to try and drink a glass of water with every alcoholic beverage is so that you are staying hydrated, whether you are thirsty or not during that time. If we don't take actions to replenish our fluids in our body, our symptoms can become worse. And in some cases, it can result in death. So it is very important to address. Dehydration, being dehydrated all the time, constantly, can also lead to kidney stones and urinary tract infections. So drinking water is very important for that as well. Hyponatremia is having too much water in relation to sodium content, meaning we have low sodium. Our bodies prefer to keep our blood sodium in a range of 136 to 145 milliequivalents of solute per liter of solvent. So salt to water. Hyponatremia occurs when our plasma sodium concentration drops below 135. Symptoms of this are GI discomfort, nausea, vomiting, headache, swollen hands and feet, confusion and or restlessness. As you can see, some of the signs of dehydration and hyponatremia are very similar. So you could be treating the wrong thing by accident. If you're not feeling better and you've been doing things to try and resurrect it, you should seek help because you could be treating the wrong thing. So hyponatremia is and can be very serious, like dehydration, and it can lead to death if not addressed and resolved, just like dehydration can. So I mentioned electrolytes, and that is another part of fluid balance. Electrolytes are minerals such as sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, and magnesium, and these carry an electric charge when dissolved in water. These charged ions conduct electrical currents that let fluid pass through cellular membranes. Essentially, they are electrical transporters. Every process in our body depends on electrolytes. And of course, we need them in proper balance. So as with energy balance or water balance, electrolyte balance is also about input versus output. We take in electrolytes in the foods and drinks that we have. We lose electrolytes in our urine and sweat, but we don't lose as much of those as we do water in our urine and sweat. So, however, if we sweat a lot, such as when we're exercising on a hot day, or we're outside all day in the hot sun, we can lose enough electrolytes for it to matter. Again, urinary excretion of electrolytes depends on our intake. The more we consume, the more we lose through our urination. So if we are sweating a lot, we need to replace both fluids and electrolytes. Athletes and exercisers, or people who exercise, who need fluid and electrolyte replacement. And this is for anybody. I specifically just talked about athletes and people who are exercising, but it can honestly, you can need it from doing yard work or just being outside on a very hot day. So something you can do to replace your electrolytes, you can simply drink a diluted carbohydrate drink that also contains electrolytes. So this is where those sports drinks like Gatorade and those type of products can come in handy. We have, used in moderation, they are not going to harm you. And when you need the electrolytes, they will help you. So taking in carbohydrates during and after exercise. So if you can be sipping on water with electrolytes in it during intense exercise, it's going to improve how quickly your fluid is absorbed. It's going to enhance your endurance. It'll increase blood glucose and glycogen synthesis. It'll lower your stress response and inflammatory damage of training. It improves immunity. It'll enhance your whole body hydration and improve muscle and liver glycogen synthesis. So again, that's where your sports drinks could come in handy. However, if you're looking for something simpler, there are many options out there that you can use. I personally use a product, it's called Liquid IV. It's a powder form. I add it to my water. It tastes great and has electrolytes. There's also a product called Noom. So it's a tablet and I have used it. It's not bad. And some of my clients have used it and they like it, but that's also another one where you just put the tablet in your water, it dissolves, and then you have the electrolytes and what you need to replenish during and after exercise. So the other thing I kind of wanted to touch on real quickly, and this is it, is that you've heard us mention and remind you to drink water first thing in the morning. That's the first thing we want in your body, is a nice big glass of water. Why? Well, it offers a lot of benefits. So first of all, it helps to balance your lymph system, which can help you perform your daily functions. It helps balance your body fluids and it helps fight infection. Water helps you purge toxins from your blood, which keep your skin glowing and clear. It increases the production of new muscle and blood cells. And drinking water on an empty stomach purifies the colon and flushes the kidneys, making it easier to absorb nutrients. So those are just a couple things it does by drinking it first thing in the morning, even before that cup of coffee, guys. First thing when you get up, if you can, drink a nice ice cold glass of water. Otherwise, just remember the weather is changing. It's getting nicer. You're going to sweat more. You're going to be outside more. You're going to be doing more things. So staying hydrated is key. Keep that water intake up. If you know you're going to be doing some intense exercise or you're going to be sweating a lot, add those electrolytes to your water. Figure out a way to keep that fluid in balance. Other than that, everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you in a few weeks. Thanks. And as always, reach out to your coach if you need anything or have questions. Thanks. Have a great Sunday.